Listen, I want to thank everyone for being here for Facebook for Genealogists. And this is what we're going to cover. What is Facebook? Why all the fuss? It seems that you can't turn around today. You can't watch the news at night or listen to radio or read a newspaper without mention of Facebook. How to set up a Facebook account. And Jeff, you know, when I saw the poll results, I actually was a little bit surprised that we had 60% that don't consider themselves active Facebook users. That's usually not the case when I do this in person. So I'm really glad that we're going to spend this time going over some of the basics. How to set up a Facebook profile. Protecting your privacy. This is probably, as the poll said, the #1 issue with people. And also the friending issue. You got to have friends, but there's a good way and a not so good way to go and find those friends. Also, we're going to talk about how genealogists are using Facebook. Applications and games. If you've ever seen games or gotten invites for Ancestorville or Family Village or I forget what they all are, Farmville, we'll talk about that. Facebook best practices. The syllabus, I believe, has glossary and links to many of the sites and things that I mentioned today. So, Jeff, we're going to get started, if that's okay.
Very good, Thomas.
Now, one thing I do want to mention, in terms of a trademark, this slide presentation is not sponsored, supported, approved, or officially connected in any way or endorsed by Facebook. The slide presentation content has been licensed under a publication permission agreement between Facebook and my company, High Definition Genealogy, dated September 13, 2011. I need to make this disclosure, and I want to make sure everything's on the up and up. So, what is Facebook? Well, Facebook is a web-based social media program that allows you to interact with friends and family. Many of you probably have received invitations from your children, your grandchildren, your nieces and nephews. Now, what can you do with Facebook? These are things that many people do. They share photos, they will have discussions, they will post videos, movies, and even genealogy research data. And now, if you really think that Facebook is just kid stuff, keep in mind, recent data research shows that the over 50 and female crowd is the largest growing demographic on Facebook. So this is not a kids thing. When I go and talk, almost everyone, I'd say 70% of the room at least has a Facebook account. They're not necessarily active users. So Facebook is not just for kids. Now, why all the fuss? Do you know that Facebook, as of this summer, has over 750 million users? And it ranks as the second most popular website behind Google. The other thing I also want to point out is, you know how Google always has been seen as the leader in channeling traffic to your website, meaning they would find you on Google? No longer true. Facebook actually brings more people to a website than Google. Facebook can be a great way that you can keep in touch with friends and family, but also let me point out that businesses and companies love it too. One thing you should try and do is follow some of your favorite companies on Facebook, like Walmart, Costco, Kraft, Johnson & Johnson. When you do so, and we're going to show an example with how to follow a legacy family tree as a business on Facebook, you will get information such as coupons, discounts that you won't find anywhere else. So there is value in following those businesses. Also, as I said, the last bullet point here, it is the leading supplier of traffic to websites and blogs. If you are running a business or part of a genealogy society, you really need to have a Facebook presence. So now we're going to talk about setting up a Facebook account. I'm going to stick with the slides right now, and we will go live over to Facebook in a minute. So the URL or the web address for Facebook is www.facebook.com. And what you will see is you'll see a sign-up screen like this. Facebook is free. There's never a charge for Facebook. And when you sign up and create an account, you need to give some basic information. What I do want to point out is this down here with the birthday. They do have a link that says, why do I need to provide my birthday? So you do need to provide your full birthday, including your birth year, and this is why. There are federal internet regulations that say services cannot be offered to children younger than 13 years. That's what they want to verify. I do want you to realize that you can always hide your birth date in your Facebook profile. And when I mean hide your birth date, you can hide the entire birth date. You can hide just the birth year. So this is only in setting up an account that you need to provide a birthday. So you complete all the fields and you click sign up when you finish. Now I'm going to my next slide. We are going to use our fictitious person here, Ann and Toffel, and some of you may get that joke in the genealogy field, but this is what Ann's profile would look like. She was born on the first day of the 1940 census, or when the 1940 census was taken, and so there's all the information there. And this is what happens. Once you go ahead and click that sign up button, you will also see this, the dreaded verification text. I know there are a lot of us that don't care for this, but this is a necessary evil. Does everyone know why we see these on various sites? What Facebook and other websites are trying to do is to make sure that an automated process is not setting up spam accounts on their site. So you literally have to read this. It's not always sometimes easy to read. Sometimes you can try different words, and you'll get a different set of words. So you type in the text and click sign up. And then what happens is this. You will get an email account. An email message is what I mean, in your email account from Facebook. And this is to confirm that you actually did set up the email account, the Facebook account. I want to make that very clear. So you will get actually two emails. One is a welcome, and one is the Facebook account confirmation. I want to take a little pause here, Jeff. I want to tell everyone this is the only time that I recommend that you open and click a link in a Facebook email. This is part of my best practices, which I will go through later on. But this is the only time where you should actually use emails from Facebook, is to click that link in the account confirmation and verify your account. This is what the email would look like. You recently registered for Facebook. Click this account, and if you did not, maybe if someone tried to open up a Facebook account in your name using your email, you can report it. But this is what the legitimate Facebook email to confirm your account looks like. Again, this is the only time I ever recommend opening a Facebook email and clicking the link. So now let's talk about setting up a Facebook profile, because now that I've confirmed my email, I'm all set. Everything is set up on my account. So one thing that happens is in the process of setting up an account, this is something I don't like and a lot of people don't like about Facebook, is they will try to contact friends listed in your email contact list. I really recommend you skip this, and I'm going to show you what the screen looks like. You will get a screen like this. It will take the email address that you use when registering, and they ask you for your email password. I'm thinking, are you crazy? I am not going to give Facebook my email password. I'm not going to give anyone my email password. If you notice down here, there's a skip this step right here. I really recommend that you just skip this entirely. I like to find my friends on Facebook on my terms. I don't like Facebook going through my email address list and saying, oh, this might be a friend on Facebook, this might be a friend. I'm all about control, and in a way that's a good thing when it comes to Facebook. So I really urge you at this first step, when you're setting up your Facebook profile, do not enter your email password and click Find Friends. Go ahead and click skip this step. Great, next. Now, also, Facebook will ask for information that makes it easier to find other members with similar interests, people that you may have gone to the same school with, who grew up in your hometown, Again, my recommended action is not to, you can enter the information if you want, but I recommend that you skip and you do this later. This is what the screen looks like. Now I'm going to put in information here. This is just made up information. Liberty High School 1958, George Washington University 1962, the name of the company. I would go ahead and say skip, because what's going to happen is the minute you enter this information, they're going to look for other people that went to GWU around the same time you did and start suggesting them as friends on Facebook. Again, this is not required. The skip option is here. I highly recommend it.
Hey, Thomas, lots of people
Yes.
are asking, they can't remember if they did give their email password when they signed up. Is there a way for them
Right.
to tell and remove it if they want to?
Not that I know of. I mean, Facebook says that they don't retain that information, so if you did, I would really not worry about it. I just think, Jeff, it's a bad habit to get into. I mean, to me, an email password is just vital information.
Right.
So I would not get too worried if you did enter it. I think we're talking a little bit more, Jeff, to the people that haven't signed up for Facebook yet. But Facebook, if you look at their privacy policy, they state that they do not retain that information. And, you know, there's a certain trust factor with that. That's all I can say to that, Jeff.
Okay, thanks.
Great. Now, we're getting down to the end of setting up a Facebook profile. So this is also what we see as well. Facebook will attempt to locate other members you might know based on school, on work info. This is what and that screen was what we just looked at. And I want to make that clear is the more information you provide initially, Facebook uses that to find friends. Now, finally, Facebook does ask you to provide a profile photo. I recommend strongly that you do put up a photo. Many genealogists will put up an ancestor photo, but this is why I use a current photo of myself. The reason is that this way people who know me in person will know that it's really the Thomas MacEntee on Facebook. Not that I have many impersonators, but you understand what I'm saying. So it really helps if you do have a photo. If you don't feel comfortable with a current photo, you could probably put up an ancestor photo. I know many genealogy friends that put up a photo of their family, not family, their dog, their cat, maybe an antique postcard, something. If you don't have a profile photo, the first thing that goes off in my mind is that it's a spam account, that it's not a real account. So I really urge you to have a profile photo. And this is what will happen is you will upload a photo and then say save and continue. You can also take a photo from your webcam, but I would use the upload a photo feature. So next, this is, it will appear in here once you've loaded it. This is the Ann and Toffel profile without the profile photo loaded yet, but this is what it will look like. And this is what your Facebook screen will look like. Again, we will go live to Facebook in just a minute. So, Jeff, I want to pause before we get to privacy, and I want to see if there are any other burning questions or issues out there.
Well, there are a few questions, Thomas, but I think that you're going to be covering them as you go along, so I'll hold these ones for right now.
Okay, good. Perfect, great. Now, protecting your privacy. This is privacy is one of the biggest criticism areas about Facebook is the lack of privacy, the privacy settings, the initial privacy settings, the fact that Facebook will often change them without appropriate notification. Now, the truth is most Facebook members don't take the time to look at their privacy settings. What I would like you to do after this webinar, if you are a Facebook user, I would like you to go and check your privacy settings. So I'm going to show you how that is done. The easiest way is to click Account in the upper right corner of Facebook and select Privacy Settings. This is where you decide who can see the things on your Facebook account. This is what the screen looks like. You go up to Account and then you say Privacy Settings. This is the photo for Ann and Toffel. This is actually a fictitious person, but a real photo. and you go to Account and say Privacy Settings. So this is something